What is binary search and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Binary search finds a target in a sorted array by repeatedly having the search space. Time O log n space O 1.
What is bubble sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Bubble sort repeatedly swaps adjacent elements if they are in the wrong order. Time O n superscript 2 space O 1.
What is merge sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Merge sort is a divide and conquer algorithm that splits the array in half, recursively sorts each half, then merges them. Time O n log n space O n.
What is quicksort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Quicksort picks a pivot, partitions elements around it, then recursively sorts each partition. Time O n log n average O n superscript 2 worst space O log n.
What is BFS, breadth first search, and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
BFS explores a graph level by level using a queue. Used for shortest path in unweighted graphs. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is DFS, depth first search, and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python, iterative and recursive.
DFS explores a graph by going as deep as possible before backtracking. Time O v plus e space O v iterative recursive.
What is Dijkstra's algorithm and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Dijkstra's finds the shortest path from a source to all vertices in a weighted graph with non-negative weights. Time O v plus e log v with minheap space O v.
What is the two pointers technique? Write a Python example. Find a pair in a sorted array that sums to a target.
Two pointers uses two indices moving toward each other, or in the same direction, to solve problems on sorted arrays or linked lists in O n. Time O n space O 1.
What is the sliding window technique? Write a Python example. Find the max sum of a subarray of size k.
Sliding window maintains a window of elements and slides it across the array, adding slash for moving one element at a time. Time O n space O 1.
What is dynamic programming, Fibonacci? Write top-down, memoization, and bottom-up, tabulation, in Python.
DP solves problems by breaking them into overlapping subproblems and storing results to avoid recomputation. Top-down, memoization O n time O n space bottom-up, tabulation O n time O 1 space.
What is Cadon's algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Cadon's algorithm finds the maximum sum contiguous subarray in O n time. Time O n space O 1.
What is the 0 to 1 knapsack problem? Write the DP solution in Python.
Given items with weights and values and a capacity W, find the maximum value without exceeding W. Each item is used at most once. Time O n asterisk W space O n asterisk W.
What is topological sort and when is it used? Write the implementation using BFS, Kahn's algorithm, in Python.
Topological sort gives a linear ordering of vertices in a DAG such that for every edge UV, U comes before V, used for task scheduling, build systems, course prerequisites. Time O V plus E space O V.
What is union find, disjoint set union, and when is it used? Write the implementation in Python.
Union find tracks elements partitioned into disjoint sets. Used for connected components, Kruskal's MST, cycle detection. Time per operation, O, 1, amortized, with path compression plus union by rank.
What is insertion sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Insertion sort builds the sorted array one element at a time by inserting each element into its correct position. Efficient for small or nearly sorted arrays. Time O n superscript 2 worst O n best space O 1.
What is selection sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Selection sort finds the minimum element in the unsorted part and swaps it into position. Always O n superscript 2 regardless of input. Time O n superscript 2 space O 1.
What is counting sort and when should you use it? Write the implementation in Python.
Counting sort counts occurrences of each value and reconstructs the array. Use when the range of values, k, is not significantly larger than n, time, O, n plus k, space, O, k.
What is a binary search tree, BST? Write insert and search operations in Python.
A BST is a binary tree where for each node, left children node right children. Search/insert, O, log n, average, O, n, worst, space, O, n.
What are the three tree traversal orders? Write innerorder, preorder, and postorder traversal in Python.
Innerorder, left, root, right, gives sorted order for BST preorder, root, left, right, used to copy/serialize a tree postorder, left, right, root, used to delete a tree time, O, n, space, O, h.
What is a heap/priority queue? Write a min-heap implementation in Python.
A heap is a complete binary tree where each parent is less than or equal to min-heap, or greater than or equal to max heap, its children. Used for priority queues, top k problems, and sorting. Push/pop, O, log n, peak, O, 1.
What is the longest common subsequence, LCS, problem? Write the DP solution in Python.
LCS finds the longest subsequence common to two sequences. A subsequence doesn't need to be contiguous. Time, O, m asterisk n, space, O, m asterisk n.
What is the Bellman-Ford algorithm and how does it differ from Dijkstra's? Write the implementation in Python.
Bellman-Ford finds shortest paths from a source and handles negative weights, unlike Dijkstra. It can also detect negative cycles. Time, O, v asterisk e, space, O, v.
What is the Floyd-Warshall algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Floyd-Warshall finds shortest paths between all pairs of vertices. Works with negative weights, but no negative cycles. Time, O, v superscript 3, space, O, v superscript 2.
What is backtracking? Write a Python example, generate all permutations of a list.
Backtracking explores all possibilities by building solutions incrementally and abandoning, pruning, paths that cannot lead to a valid solution. Time, O, n, for permutations, space, O, n.
What is the binary search pattern for find the first/last position? Write bisect_left and bisect_right in Python.
Use modified binary search to find insertion points, lower/upper bounds. Essential for problems like first occurrence or count of elements in range. Time, O, log n, space, O, 1.
What is a tree, prefix tree? Write the implementation in Python.
A tree stores strings character by character in a tree. Used for autocomplete, spell check, prefix matching. Insert/search, O, m, where m equals word length, space, O, n asterisk m.
What is the fast/slow pointer, Floyd cycle detection? Write a Python example, detect a cycle in a linked list.
Two pointers move at different speeds. If there's a cycle, the fast pointer will eventually meet the slow pointer. Time, O, n, space, O, 1.
What is a monotonic stack and when is it used? Write a Python example, next greater element.
A monotonic stack maintains elements in increasing or decreasing order. Used for next greater/smaller element problems. Time O(n) space O(n).
What is Kruskal's minimum spanning tree algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Kruskal's builds an MST by greedily adding the cheapest edge that doesn't form a cycle, using union find. Time O(e) log e space O(v).
What is the coin change problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the minimum number of coins to make a target amount, or -1 if impossible. Time O amount *n space O amount.
What is the longest increasing subsequence, LIS, problem? Write the O(n) log n solution in Python.
LIS finds the longest strictly increasing subsequence. The O(n) log n approach uses a patience sorting technique with binary search. Time O(n) log n space O(n).
What is heap sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Heap sort builds a max heap, then repeatedly extracts the max to build the sorted array from right to left. In place, not stable. Time O(n) log n space O(1).
What is radix sort and when should you use it? Write the implementation in Python.
Radix sort sorts integers digit by digit from least significant to most significant using a stable sort, counting sort, at each digit. Time D** n plus k, where d equals digits, k equals base, space, O, n plus k.
What is quick select and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Quick select finds the kth smallest element without fully sorting. Uses partitioning like quick sort but only recurses into one side. Time O(n) average O(n) superscript 2 worst space O(1).
What is the Dutch national flag algorithm, three-way partition? Write the implementation in Python.
Sorts an array with only 3 distinct values, e.g., 0, 1, 2, in a single pass. Uses 3 pointers, low, mid, high. Time O(n) space O(1).
What is the edit distance, Levenshtein distance, problem? Write the DP solution in Python.
Edit distance finds the minimum number of insertions, deletions, and substitutions to transform one string into another. Time O(m*n) space O(m*n).
What is the prefix sum technique? Write a Python example, range sum query.
Prefix sum precomputes cumulative sums so any range sum query can be answered in O(1). Build O(n) query O(1) space O(n).
What is the merge intervals algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Merge overlapping intervals by sorting by start time, then greedily merging when intervals overlap. Time O(n) log n space O(n).
How do you reverse a singly linked list? Write iterative and recursive solutions in Python.
Reverse pointers one by one. Track previous, cur, next pointers. Time O(n) space O(1) iterative O(n) recursive iterative recursive.
What is the n-queens problem, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Place n queens on an n times n board so no 2 queens attack each other. Uses backtracking to try each column per row. Time O(n) space O(n).
How do you generate all subsets, power set? Write iterative and recursive solutions in Python.
The power set of n elements has 2 subsets. Time O(n*2 space O(n*2 iterative bit mask.
How do you generate all combinations of k elements? Write the implementation in Python.
Choose k elements from n without regard to order. Uses backtracking with a start index to avoid duplicates. Time O C N K asterisk K space O K.
What is the word break problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Given a string and a dictionary, determine if the string can be segmented into dictionary words. Time O N superscript 2 asterisk M space O N.
What is the house robber problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Rob houses along a street where adjacent houses cannot both be robbed. Maximize total money. Time O N space O 1.
What is the climbing stairs problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Count the number of ways to climb n stairs taking 1 or 2 steps at a time. Equivalent to Fibonacci. Time O N space O 1.
What is the matrix BFS pattern, number of islands? Write the implementation in Python.
Count connected components of ones in a 2D grid using BFS/DFS. Mark visited cells to avoid revisiting. Time O M asterisk N space O M asterisk N.
What is the lowest common ancestor, LCA, of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
LCA is the deepest node that is an ancestor of both given nodes. For a general binary tree, use recursive DFS. Time O N space O H. For a BST, use the sorted property.
What is the KMP, Knuth-Morris-Pratt, string matching algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
KMP searches for a pattern in a text by precomputing a failure function, LPS array, to skip redundant comparisons. Time O N plus M space O M.
What is the Rabin-Karp string matching algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Rabin-Karp uses a rolling hash to compare pattern and text windows. Efficient for multiple pattern search. Time O N plus M average O N asterisk M worst space O 1.
What is Prim's minimum spanning tree algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Prim's builds an MST by greedily adding the cheapest edge connecting a visited node to an unvisited node, using a min heap. Time O E log V space O V plus E.
What is a graph bipartite check? Write the implementation in Python using BFS.
A graph is bipartite if nodes can be colored with 2 colors such that no 2 adjacent nodes share a color. Equivalent to checking for odd length cycles. Time O V plus E space O V.
What is Tarjan's algorithm for strongly connected components? Write the implementation in Python.
Tarjan's finds all SCCs in a directed graph using DFS with a stack. An SCC is a maximal set of vertices where every vertex is reachable from every other. Time O V plus E space O V.
What is a binary index tree, Fenwick tree? Write the implementation in Python.
A Fenwick tree supports prefix sum queries and point updates in O log n. More space efficient than a segment tree. Query/update O log n space O n.
What is a segment tree? Write the implementation in Python, range sum query plus point update.
A segment tree supports range queries and point/range updates in O log n. More flexible than Fenwick tree. Build O n query/update O log n space O n.
What is reservoir sampling? Write the implementation in Python.
Reservoir sampling selects k items uniformly at random from a stream of unknown size in a single pass. Time O n space O k.
How do you detect a cycle in a directed graph using DFS? Write the implementation in Python.
Use 3-color marking, white, unvisited, gray, in current path, black, fully processed. A cycle exists if DFS visits a gray node. Time O V plus E space O V.
What are common bit manipulation tricks? Write examples in Python.
Key bit operations for algorithms and competitive programming.
What is the jump game problem, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Given an array where each element is max jump length, determine if you can reach the last index. Greedy, track the farthest reachable index. Time O N space O 1.
What is level order traversal, BFS on a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Visit nodes level by level from left to right using a queue. Time O N space O N.
How do you merge k-sorted lists? Write the implementation in Python using a min heap.
Use a min heap of size k to always pick the smallest element across all lists. Time O n log k, where n equals total elements space O k.
What is binary search on the answer? Write a Python example, minimum capacity to ship packages in D-days.
When the answer is monotonic, if capacity x works, x plus 1 also works. Binary search on the answer space instead of the array. Time O n asterisk log sum space O 1.
What is the rotate array algorithm? Write the O1 space solution in Python.
Rotate an array to the right by k steps using the reverse trick, reverse all, reverse first k, reverse rest. Time O n space O 1.
What is the longest palindromic substring problem? Write the expand around center solution in Python.
For each character and each gap, expand outward while characters match. Check both odd and even length palindromes. Time O n superscript 2 space O 1.
What is the maximum depth of a binary tree? Write recursive and iterative solutions in Python.
Find the number of nodes along the longest path from root to leaf. Time O n space O h recursive iterative BFS.
What is the validate BST problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Check that every node's value is within valid min/max bounds defined by its ancestors. Time O n space O h.
What is the diameter of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
The diameter is the longest path between any two nodes, may not pass through root. At each node, the path length is left underscore height plus right underscore height. Time O n space O h.
What is the LRU cache? Write the implementation in Python.
Least recently used cache evicts the least recently accessed item when full. Uses a hash map plus doubly linked list for O1, get/put. Get/put O1 space O capacity.
What is the top k frequent elements problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the k most frequent elements. Use a hash map for counting plus heap or bucket sort. Heap approach O n log k, bucket sort O n.
What is the trapping rainwater problem? Write the two-pointer solution in Python.
Water trapped at each index equals min, max underscore left, max underscore right, height, I. 2 pointers avoid extra space. Time O n space O 1.
What is the sliding window maximum problem? Write the implementation using a monotonic dec in Python.
Find the max in every window of size k using a monotonic decreasing dec that stores indices. Time O n space O k.
What is the serialize and deserialize a binary tree problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Convert a binary tree to a string and back. Use pre-order traversal with null markers. Time O n space O n.
What is A*A* search algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
A* finds the shortest path using f n equals g n plus h n, where g equals cost so far, h equals heuristic estimate to goal. Optimal if h is admissible, never overestimates. Time, O, E log v, with good heuristic, space, O, v.
What is the maximum subarray product problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Track both max and min products at each step because a negative number can flip min to max time, O, n, space, O, 1.
What is the meeting rooms 2 problem, minimum rooms needed? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the maximum number of overlapping intervals using a sweep line or min heap. Time, O, n log n, space, O, n, sweep line alternative.
What is the graph clone, deep copy, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Clone an undirected graph using BFS/DFS plus hashmap to map original nodes to their clones. Time, O, v plus e, space, O, v.
What is the minimum window substring problem? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Find the smallest substring of S that contains all characters of T, including duplicates. Use 2 pointers with a frequency map. Time, O, n, space, O, k, where k equals unique chars.
What is the longest substring without repeating characters problem? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Use a set or dict to track characters in the current window. Shrink from left when a duplicate is found. Time, O, n, space, O, min, n, alphabet.
What is the 3-sum problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find all unique triplets that sum to 0. Sort the array, fix one element, and use 2 pointers on the rest. Time, O, n superscript 2, space, O, 1, ignoring output.
What is the container with most water problem? Write the 2-pointer solution in Python.
Find 2 lines that together with the x-axis form a container holding the most water. Move the shorter pointer inward. Time, O, n, space, O, 1.
What is the product of array except self problem? Write the O, 1, extra space solution in Python.
Build result using left pass, prefix products, then right pass, suffix products, without division. Time, O, n, space, O, 1, output array not counted.
What is the valid parentheses problem? Write the stack solution in Python.
Use a stack. Push open brackets, pop on close brackets. Check the popped bracket matches. Time, O, n, space, O, n.
What is the largest rectangle in histogram problem? Write the monotonic stack solution in Python.
Use a monotonic increasing stack of indices. When a shorter bar is found, calculate areas for all taller bars in the stack. Time, O, n, space, O, n.
What is the daily temperatures problem, monotonic stack? Write the implementation in Python.
For each day, find how many days until a warmer temperature. Use a monotonic decreasing stack of indices. Time, O, n, space, O, n.
What is the evaluate reverse Polish notation problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Evaluate postfix expression using a stack. Push operands, pop 2 operands for each operator. Time, O, n, space, O, n.
What is the min stack problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Design a stack that supports push, pop top, and get min in O, 1. Store the current min alongside each element. Time, O, 1, all operations is space, O, n.
What is the implement queue using 2 stacks problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Use 2 stacks, in_stack for push, out_stack for pop/peek. Transfer elements lazily when out_stack is empty. Amortized, O1, per operation, space, O-N.
How do you invert a binary tree? Write recursive and iterative solutions in Python.
Swap left and right children at every node. Time, O-N, space, O-H, recursive, iterative.
How do you check if a binary tree is symmetric? Write the implementation in Python.
A tree is symmetric if the left subtree is a mirror reflection of the right subtree. Time, O-N, space, O-H.
How do you construct a binary tree from pre-order and innerorder traversals? Write the implementation in Python.
Pre-order's first element is the root. Find it in innerorder to split into left/right subtrees. Use a hash map for O1 lookup. Time, O-N, space, O-N.
What is the kth smallest element in a BST? Write the implementation in Python.
Do an innerorder traversal, which visits BST nodes in sorted order, and return the kth element. Time, O-H plus K, space, O-H.
What is Morris innerorder traversal? Write the implementation in Python.
Morris traversal achieves O1, space tree traversal by using threaded binary trees, temporarily linking rightmost node of left subtree back to current node. Time, O-N, space, O1.
How do you convert a sorted array to a balanced BST? Write the implementation in Python.
Pick the middle element as root, recursively build left and right subtrees from the two halves. Time, O-N, space, O, log n.
How do you check if a binary tree is height balanced? Write the implementation in Python.
A tree is balanced if for every node, the height difference between left and right subtrees is at most 1. Use bottom-up DFS returning -1 for imbalanced. Time, O-N, space, O-H.
How do you spiral, zigzag, traverse a matrix? Write the implementation in Python.
Visit elements in spiral order by shrinking boundaries, top right bottom left, repeat. Time, O-M*n, space, O1, ignoring output.
How do you rotate a matrix 90 degrees clockwise in place? Write the implementation in Python.
Transpose the matrix, then reverse each row. Time, O-N superscript 2, space, O1.
What is the set matrix zeros problem? Write the O1 space solution in Python.
If an element is 0, set its entire row and column to 0. Use the first row and column as markers. Time, O-M*n, space, O1.
What is the group anagrams problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Group strings that are anagrams. Use sorted characters, or character count tuple, as the hash key. Time, O-N*k log k, space, O-N*k.
What is the unique paths problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Count paths from top left to bottom right of an m times n grid, moving only right or down. Time, O-M*n, space, O-N, also solvable with combinatorics, C, m plus n2, m1.
What is the minimum path sum problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the path from top left to bottom right with minimum sum, moving only right or down. Time, O-M*n, space, O-N.
What is the decode ways problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Count the number of ways to decode a digit string where A equals 1, B equals 2, Z equals 26. Similar to Fibonacci with constraints. Time, O-N, space, O1.
What is the sieve of Eratosthenes? Write the implementation in Python.
Find all prime numbers up to n by iteratively marking multiples of each prime as composite. Time O n log n space O n.
What is the convex hull problem, Graham scan? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the smallest convex polygon enclosing all given points. Graham scan sorts by polar angle and uses a stack. Time O n log n space O n.
What is the Z algorithm for string matching? Write the implementation in Python.
The Z array stores the length of the longest substring starting at position I that matches a prefix of the string. Used for pattern matching in O, n plus m. Time O, n space O, n.
What is the median of two sorted arrays problem? Write the O, log, min, mn solution in Python.
Use binary search on the shorter array to find the correct partition where left halves less than or equal to right halves. Time O, log, min, mn space O, 1.
What is the palindrome partitioning problem, backtracking plus dp? Write the implementation in Python.
Partition a string so every substring is a palindrome. Use backtracking with palindrome precheck. Time O n asterisk 2 space O n.
What is the longest valid parentheses problem? Write the stack solution in Python.
Find the length of the longest valid, well-formed, parentheses substring using a stack with index tracking. Time O n space O n.
What is the sparse table for range minimum query? Write the implementation in Python.
Sparse table precomputes answers for power of 2 ranges to answer min/max queries in O, 1, after O, n log n, pre-processing. Build O, n log n, query, O, 1, space, O, n log n.
What are articulation points, cut vertices, in a graph? Write the implementation in Python.
An articulation point is a vertex whose removal disconnects the graph. Uses DFS with discovery time and low values. Time O v plus e space O v.
What are bridges in a graph? Write the implementation in Python.
A bridge is an edge whose removal disconnects the graph. Similar to articulation points but checks low v disk u. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is the Edmonds-Karp max flow algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Edmonds-Karp is BFS-based Ford-Fulkerson for maximum flow in a network. Uses BFS to find shortest augmenting paths. Time O v asterisk e superscript 2 space O v superscript 2.
What is matrix exponentiation and when is it used? Write the implementation in Python.
Compute the nth power of a matrix in O, k superscript 3 log n, using binary exponentiation. Used to solve linear recurrences, e.g., Fibonacci, in O, log n. Time O, k superscript 3 log n, space, O, k superscript 2.
What is the longest repeating character replacement problem? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Find the length of the longest substring with the same letter after at most k replacements. Window is valid when window underscore size, max underscore frequency less than or equal to k. Time O, n, space, O, 1.
What is the subarray sum equals k problem? Write the prefix sum plus hash map solution in Python.
Count subarrays summing to k, track prefix sums in a hash map if prefix j, prefix I equals k, subarray I j sums to k, time O, n, space, O, n.
What is the task scheduler problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Schedule tasks with a cooldown of n between same tasks. The answer depends on the most frequent task. Time O, n, space, O, 1.
What is the course schedule problem? Can you finish all courses? Write the implementation in Python.
Detect if a cycle exists in a directed graph. If no cycle, all courses can be finished, topological ordering exists. Time, O, V plus E, space, O, V.
What is the word search problem? Backtracking on a grid. Write the implementation in Python.
Search for a word in a 2D grid by moving to adjacent cells, up/down/left/right, without reusing cells. Time, O, n times 4 to the power of L, space, O, L.
What is the alien dictionary problem? Topological sort on characters. Write the implementation in Python.
Given a sorted list of words in an alien language, determine the character ordering using topological sort. Time, O, C, where C equals total chars, space, O, U, where U equals unique chars.
What is the shortest path in binary matrix, BFS? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the shortest path from top left to bottom right in a binary grid, moving in 8 directions. BFS guarantees shortest path in unweighted graphs. Time, O, n superscript 2, space, O, n superscript 2.
What is the Pacific Atlantic water flow problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find cells where water can flow to both oceans. Do reverse BFS/DFS from each ocean border inward. Time, O, m asterisk n, space, O, m asterisk n.
What is the surrounded regions problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Capture all O regions not connected to the border. DFS/BFS from border O's to mark safe cells, then flip the rest. Time, O, m asterisk n, space, O, m asterisk n.
What is the rotting oranges problem? Multisource BFS. Write the implementation in Python.
All rotten oranges spread simultaneously. Use multisource BFS starting from all rotten oranges at once. Time, O, m asterisk n, space, O, m asterisk n.
What is the reconstruct itinerary problem? Eulerian path. Write the implementation in Python.
Find an itinerary using all tickets exactly once. This is an Eulerian path. Use Heyerholzer's algorithm with DFS. Time, O, E log E, space, O, E.
What is the design Twitter, OOP plus merge k-sorted, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Combine hash maps for follow/unfollow and a heap to merge recent tweets from followed users.
What is the maximal rectangle in a binary matrix? Write the implementation in Python.
Build a histogram per row and apply the largest rectangle in histogram algorithm to each. Time, O, m asterisk n, space, O, n.
What is the longest consecutive sequence problem? Write the O, n, solution in Python.
Find the length of the longest sequence of consecutive integers. Use a hash set and only start counting from sequence beginnings. Time, O, n, space, O, n.
What is the partition equals subset sum problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Determine if array can be partitioned into 2 subsets with equal sum. Reduces to 0 to 1 knapsack with target equals total/2. Time, O, n asterisk sum, space, O, sum.
What is the target sum problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Assign plus or to each number to reach a target. Transform to subset sum, find subsets summing to total plus target/2. Time, O, n asterisk sum, space, O, sum.
What is the maximal square problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the largest square of ones in a binary matrix. DP, I, J equals side length of largest square ending at I, J. Time, O, m asterisk n, space, O, n.
What is the word ladder problem, BFS? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the shortest transformation sequence from begin word to end word. changing one letter at a time, using only dictionary words. Time, O, N asterisk M asterisk 26, space, O, N asterisk M.
What is the minimum window sort problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the shortest subarray that, if sorted, makes the entire array sorted. Find out-of-order boundaries from both ends. Time, O, N, space, O, 1.
What is the find all anagrams in a string problem? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Find all start indices of P's anagrams in S using a fixed-size sliding window with character counts. Time, O, N, space, O, 1.
What is the Sudoku solver, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Fill empty cells by trying digits 1 to 9, backtracking when a conflict is found. Validate row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Time, O, 9 caret, empty cells, worst, space, O, 81.
What is the combination sum problem, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Find all unique combinations where candidates sum to target. Each number can be used unlimited times. Time, O, N caret, T slash M, space, O, T slash M.
What is the regular expression matching problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Match string against pattern with dot. Any char, and asterisk, 0 or more of preceding. Use 2D DP. Time, O, M asterisk N, space, O, M asterisk N.
What is the gas station problem, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the starting gas station index to complete a circular tour. If total gas greater than or equal to total cost, a solution exists. Reset start when tank goes negative. Time, O, N, space, O, 1.
What is the candy problem, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Distribute candies so each child gets at least one and children with higher ratings get more than neighbors. 2 passes, left to right and right to left. Time, O, N, space, O, N.
What is the find median from data stream problem? Write the implementation using 2 heaps in Python.
Maintain a max heap for the lower half and a min heap for the upper half. Balance sizes after each insertion. Add O, log n, find median, O, 1.
What is the interval list intersections problem? Write the 2-pointer solution in Python.
Find intersections of 2 sorted interval lists. Intersection exists when max starts less than or equal to min ends. Advance the pointer with the smaller end. Time, O, M plus N, space, O, 1.
What is the longest palindromic subsequence problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the longest subsequence that is a palindrome. Equivalent to LCS of the string and its reverse. Time, O, N superscript 2, space, O, N.
What is the implement a hash map problem? Write a simple implementation in Python.
Use an array of buckets with chaining, linked lists or arrays. Hash equals key % bucket underscore count. Get put remove, O, 1, average, space, O, N.
What is the string compression, run length encoding problem? Write the in-place implementation in Python.
Compress consecutive repeated characters in place. Write char followed by count if 1. Time, O, N, space, O, 1.
What is the maximum profit in job scheduling problem, DP plus binary search? Write the implementation in Python.
Schedule non-overlapping jobs for max profit. Sort by end time, use DP plus binary search to find latest non-conflicting job. Time, O, N log N, space, O, N.
What is the topological sort using DFS, post order? Write the implementation in Python.
Alternative to cons BFS, Run DFS and add nodes to result in reverse post order. Append after all descendants are visited. Time O V plus E space O V.
What is the minimum spanning tree weight using Kruskal's with path compression? Explain the complete workflow.
1. Sort all edges by weight. 2. For each edge, if it connects two different components, union find, add it to MST3. Stop when MST has V1 edges. Key insight: greedy choice of cheapest edge that doesn't form a cycle is always optimal.
What is the minimum cost to connect all points problem? Write the implementation using primps in Python.
Given points on a 2D plane, find min cost to connect all points where cost equals Manhattan distance. Use primps with a min heap. Time O n superscript 2 log n space O n superscript 2.
What is the network delay time problem, Dijkstra application? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the time for a signal to reach all nodes from source. Run Dijkstra and return the max distance. If any node is unreachable, return -1. Time O e log v space O v plus e.
What is the cheapest flights within k-stops problem? Write the Bellman-Ford variant in Python.
Find cheapest flight with at most k stops. Run Bellman-Ford for exactly k+1 iterations, using a copy of distances each round to prevent cascading updates. Time O k asterisk e space O v.
What is the redundant connection problem, union find? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the edge that, when removed, makes the graph a tree, no cycles. The first edge that connects two already connected nodes is redundant. Time O n asterisk alpha n is almost equal to O n space O n.
What is the accounts merge problem, union find? Write the implementation in Python.
Merge accounts sharing the same email. Use union find on email account _ID mapping. Time O n asterisk k asterisk alpha n space O n asterisk k.
What is the swim in rising water problem, binary search plus BFS? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the minimum time t such that you can swim from top left to bottom right where all cells on the path have elevation less than or equal to t. Use minheap, modified Dijkstra. Time O n superscript 2 log n space O n superscript 2.
What is the longest string chain problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
A word chain where each word differs from the previous by exactly one added letter. Sort by length, DP on predecessors. Time O n asterisk L superscript 2 space O n.
What is the distinct subsequences problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Count the number of distinct subsequences of s that equal t time O m asterisk n space O n.
What is the burst balloons problem, interval DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Burst balloons to maximize coins. DP I j equals max coins from bursting all balloons between I and j. Think of the last balloon to burst in each range. Time O n superscript 3 space O n superscript 2.
What is the wildcard matching problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Match string against pattern with question mark. Any single char, and asterisk, any sequence including empty. Use 2D DP. Time O m asterisk n space O n.
What is the interleaving string problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Check if S3 is an interleaving of S1 and S2. Characters maintain relative order from both strings. Time O m asterisk n space O n.
What is the minimum number of platforms problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the minimum number of platforms needed at a train station so no train waits. Same as maximum overlap of intervals. Time O n log n space O n.
What is the stock buy and sell, one transaction? Write the implementation in Python.
Track the minimum price so far and maximum profit at each step. Time O n space O 1.
What is the stock buy and sell with cooldown, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
After selling, you must wait 1 day before buying again. Track 3 states: hold, sold, rest. Time O n space O 1.
What is the longest common prefix problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the longest common prefix among an array of strings. Compare characters column by column. Time O s, where s equals sum of all chars, space O 1.
What is the next permutation algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the lexicographically next permutation. 1. Find rightmost I where I plus 1. 2. Swap I with smallest larger element to its right. 3. Reverse the suffix. Time O n space O 1.
What is the POW x n fast exponentiation? Write the implementation in Python.
Compute x to the power of n in O log n using binary exponentiation, squaring. Handle negative exponents. Time O log n space O 1.
What is the detect cycle and find start of cycle in an undirected graph? Write the DFS implementation in Python.
In an undirected graph, a cycle exists if DFS visits a neighbor that is already visited and is not the parent. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is the minimum deletions to make character frequencies unique, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Make all character frequencies unique by deleting minimum characters. Greedily reduce duplicate frequencies. Time O n plus k superscript 2 space O k.
What is the reorganized string problem, greedy plus heap? Write the implementation in Python.
Rearrange string so no two adjacent characters are same. Greedily place the most frequent character, alternating with others. Time O n log k space O k.
What is the design of circular queue? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a fixed size array with front and rear pointers that wrap around using modulo arithmetic. All operations, O1 space OK.
What is the calculate GCD using Euclidean algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
GCD A B equals GCD B A % B until B equals 0. Extended version also finds x, y such that x plus by equals GCD A B. Time O log min A B space O 1.
What is modular arithmetic for competitive programming? Write key operations in Python.
Operations under modulo for large numbers. Key A asterisk B %m equals A %m asterisk B %m. Use Fermat's little theorem for modular inverse when m is prime.
What is the tree-based XOR maximum problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find two numbers in an array with maximum XOR. Insert all numbers into a binary tree, bit by bit from MSB, then greedily pick opposite bits. Time O n asterisk 32 space O n asterisk 32.
What is the shortest path faster algorithm, SPFA? Write the implementation in Python.
SPFA is an optimized Bellman-Ford using a queue. Only relaxes edges from nodes whose distance is changed. Faster in practice but worst case OVE. Time O v asterisk e worst, much faster average, space O v.
What is the 0 to 1 BFS algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Shortest path in graphs with edge weights only 0 or 1. Use a deke, push weight 0 edges to front, weight 1 edges to back. Time, O, V plus E, space, O, V.
What is Mo's algorithm for offline range queries? Write the implementation in Python.
Answer multiple range queries offline by sorting queries by blocks and moving 2 pointers. Reduces random access. Time, O, N plus Q, asterisk square root N, space, O, N.
What is the segment tree with lazy propagation? Write the implementation in Python.
Extend segment tree to support range updates in O, log N, by deferring updates to children until needed. Build O, N, range update / query, O, log N.
What is the heavy light decomposition, HLD? Explain the concept and write the core in Python.
HLD decomposes a tree into chains so any path query can be answered with O, log superscript 2n, using a segment tree on the chains. Heavy edge equals edge to child with largest subtree. Build O, N, path query, O, log superscript 2n.
What is Manager's algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Managers finds the longest palindromic substring in O, N, by exploiting symmetry of palindromes around a center. Uses a transformed string with separators. Time, O, N, space, O, N.
What is the binary tree maximum pathsum problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the maximum path sum between any 2 nodes in a binary tree. At each node, decide whether to extend the path or start fresh. Time, O, N, space, O, H.
What is the longest increasing path in a matrix problem? Write the DFS plus memoization solution in Python.
Find the longest strictly increasing path in a matrix moving in 4 directions. Use DFS with memoization, no visited set needed since values are strictly increasing. Time, O, M asterisk N, space, O, M asterisk N.
What is the remove nth node from end of linked list problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Use 2 pointers separated by n nodes. When the fast pointer reaches the end, slow is at the node before the target. Time, O, N, space, O, 1.
What is the add 2 numbers, linked list, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Add 2 numbers represented as reversed linked lists. Process digit by digit with a carry. Time, O, max, M, N, space, O, max, M, N.
What is the copy list with random pointer problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Clone a linked list where each node has a random pointer. Use a hash map to map original clone nodes. Time, O, N, space, O, N.
What is the sort a linked list problem? Write the merge sort solution in Python.
Sort a linked list in O, N log N, using merge sort. Find middle with slow / fast pointers, recursively sort halves, then merge. Time, O, N log N, space, O, log N.
What is the intersection of 2 linked lists problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the node where 2 lists merge. Use 2 pointers, when one reaches the end, redirect to the other list's head. They meet at the intersection. Time, O, M plus N, space, O, 1.
What is the count inversions problem, merge sort? Write the implementation in Python.
An inversion is a pair, I, J, where I less than J but ARR, I, ARR, J. Count inversions during merge sort, count when right element is picked before left. Time, O, N log N, space, O, N.
What is the Russian doll envelopes problem, LIS variant? Write the implementation in Python.
Find max envelopes you can nest. Sort by width ascending, then LAS on heights, with width ties broken by descending height. Time O n log n space O n.
What is the 2D prefix sum, range sum query on a matrix? Write the implementation in Python.
Pre-compute cumulative sums for a 2D matrix so any subrectangle sum can be answered in O1. Build O m asterisk n query O1.
What is the shortest common supersequence problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the shortest string that has both S1 and S2 as subsequences. Build on LCS, include LCS chars once and non-LCS chars from both. Time O m asterisk n space O m asterisk n.
What is the LCA with binary lifting? Write the implementation in Python.
Pre-compute 2-kth ancestors for all nodes. To find LCA, lift both nodes to the same depth, then lift together until they meet. Build O n log n query O log n.
What is Kosaraju's algorithm for strongly connected components? Write the implementation in Python.
Kosaraju's finds all SCCs using two DFS passes, first on the original graph, record finish order, then on the reversed graph in reverse finish order. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is Dinnick's algorithm for maximum flow? Write the implementation in Python.
Dinnick's finds max flow using BFS to build level graph plus DFS to find blocking flows. Faster than Edmonds Carp for most cases. Time O v superscript 2 asterisk e space O v plus e.
What is the minimum height trees problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find roots that produce trees with minimum height. Iteratively remove leaf nodes, degree 1, until 1 or 2 nodes remain, those are the centers. Time O v space O v.
What is the remove duplicate letters, smallest subsequence, problem? Write the monotonic stack solution in Python.
Remove duplicate letters so each appears once and result is the lexicographically smallest. Use a monotonic stack with last occurrence tracking. Time O n space O 1.
What is the random pick with weight problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Select an index with probability proportional to its weight. Build prefix sums and use binary search on a random value. Init O n pick O log n.
What is the SQRT decomposition technique? Write the implementation in Python.
Divide array into blocks of size square root n. Pre-compute answers per block. Queries span at most 2 partial blocks plus full blocks in between. Build O n query slash update O square root n.
What is the largest BST subtree problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the size of the largest BST contained in a binary tree. Use postorder DFS returning is underscore BST size min underscore val max underscore val. Time O n space O h.
What is the path sum 3 problem? Write the prefix sum solution in Python.
Count paths in a binary tree that sum to target. Paths go downward only. Use prefix sum plus hash map, like subarray sum equals k. Time O n space O n.
What is the all paths from source to target problem, DAG? Write the implementation in Python.
Find all paths from node 0 to node n1 in a DAG. Use DFS/backtracking, no visited set needed since it's a DAG. Time O 2 to the power of n asterisk n space O n.
What is the longest path in a DAG? Write the implementation in Python.
Use topological sort plus DP. Process nodes in topological order, relaxing edges to find the longest distance. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is the flattened binary tree to linked list problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Flatten a binary tree to a linked list in place following preorder. Use Morris style. Link left subtree's rightmost node to right subtree, move left to right. Time O(n) space O(1).
What is the minimum operations to reduce x to 0 problem? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Remove elements from left/right ends to reduce x to 0 with minimum operations. Equivalent to finding the longest subarray with sum equals total x. Time O(n) space O(1).
What is the detect squares, count axis align squares problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Maintain a set of points. For a query point, find all points at the same y-coordinate, compute the side length, and check if the other two corners exist. Add O(1) count O(n).
What is the Euler tour of a tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Euler tour linearizes a tree into an array by recording each node when entering and leaving. Used for subtree queries and LCA with RMQ. Time O(n) space O(n).
What is the 2SAT problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Determine if a Boolean formula in 2CNF form is satisfiable. Build an implication graph and find SCCs, unsatisfiable if x and x are in the same SCC. Time O(v plus e) space O(v).
What is the Aho-Korosik multi-pattern string matching algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Aho-Korosik searches for multiple patterns simultaneously in a text. Builds a tree plus failure links, like KMP's failure function on a tree. Time O(n plus m plus z), where z equals matches, space, O, m asterisk sigma.
What is the centroid decomposition of a tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Centroid decomposition recursively finds the centroid node whose removal splits the tree into components of size less than or equal to n/2, and builds a decomposition tree. Used for path queries on trees. Build O(n log n space O(n).
What is the suffix array and how do you build it? Write the O(n log superscript 2n implementation in Python.
A suffix array is a sorted array of all suffixes of a string. Combined with the LCP array, it solves many string problems efficiently. Build O(n log superscript 2n space O(n).
What is the persistent segment tree? Explain the concept and write the core in Python.
A persistent segment tree keeps all previous versions after updates by creating new nodes on the update path instead of modifying existing ones. Only O log n new nodes per update. Update O log n space O n plus Q log n.
What is the tree plus heap data structure? Write the implementation in Python.
A tree is a randomized BST where each node has a random priority. BST property on keys, heap property on priorities. Expected O log n operations. Insert delete search O log n expected.
What is the skip list data structure? Write the implementation in Python.
A skip list is a probabilistic alternative to balanced BSTs. Multiple linked list layers where higher layers skip more elements, giving O log n search on average. Search insert delete O log n expected space O n.
What is the Bloom filter data structure? Write the implementation in Python.
A Bloom filter is a space-efficient probabilistic set that can have false positives but no false negatives. Uses multiple hash functions mapping to a bit array. Add/check O k space O m bits.
What is the palindrome pairs problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find all pairs I, j, where words I plus words j is a palindrome. Use a hash map of reversed words and check splits. Time, O, N asterisk K superscript 2, where K equals average word length, space, O, N asterisk K.
What is the trapping rainwater to 3D problem? Write the min-heap solution in Python.
3D version. Find water trapped in a 2D height map. Use a min-heap of boundary cells, expanding inward and tracking the max boundary height seen. Time, O, M asterisk N asterisk log, M asterisk N, space, O, M asterisk N.
What is the minimum window subsequence problem? Write the DP solution in Python.
Find the smallest window in S that contains T as a subsequence, characters in order. Use DP or two-pointer approach. Time, O, N asterisk M, space, O, N.
What is the maximum frequency stack problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Design a stack that pops the most frequent element. On tie, pop the most recently pushed. Use a frequent map plus stack per frequency. Push/pop, O, 1, space, O, N.
What is the minimum cost to cut a stick problem, interval DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Cut a stick at given positions minimizing total cost. Cost equals stick length at each cut. Classic interval DP, try each cut as the last one in a range. Time, O, N superscript 3, space, O, N superscript 2.
What is the kth largest element in a stream problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Maintain a min-heap of size k. The root is always the kth largest element. Add O, log k, space, O, k.
What is the minimum number of refueling stops problem, greedy plus heap? Write the implementation in Python.
Drive as far as possible, and when stuck, retroactively refuel at the best past station using a max heap of fuel amounts. Time, O, N log N, space, O, N.
What is the shortest bridge problem, DFS plus BFS? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the shortest distance between two islands. DFS to find one island, then BFS to expand until reaching the other. Time, O, M asterisk N, space, O, M asterisk N.
What is the coin change to, number of ways, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Count the number of combinations that make up the amount, unlike coin change I which finds minimum coins. Unbounded knapsack variant. Time, O, N asterisk amount, space, O amount.
What is the minimum number of arrows to burst balloons, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Find minimum arrows to burst all balloons, intervals. Sort by endpoint, shoot at the end of the earliest ending balloon, skip all overlapping ones. Time, O, N log N, space, O, 1.
What is the non-overlapping intervals problem, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the minimum number of intervals to remove to make the rest non-overlapping. Equivalent to total max non-overlapping activity selection. Time, O, N log N, space, O, 1.
What is the insert interval problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Insert a new interval into a sorted list of non-overlapping intervals, merging if necessary. Time, O, N, space, O, N.
What is the car fleet problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Cars at different positions/speeds drive toward a target. A slower car ahead blocks faster cars behind it, forming a fleet. Count the number of fleets. Time, O, N log N, space, O, N.
What is the design in LFU, least frequently used, cache? Write the implementation in Python.
Evicts the least frequently used item, tiebreak by least recently used. Use a frequency order dict mapping plus key frequency map. Get/put O, 1, space, O, capacity.
What is the maximum sum of rectangle no larger than k? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the rectangle in a matrix with the max sum less than or equal to k. Fix left/right columns, use prefix sums on rows plus sorted set, bisect, to find best subarray sum less than or equal to k, time, o, n superscript 2 asterisk m asterisk log m, space, o, m.
What is the stone game problem, dp/game theory? Write the implementation in Python.
Two players take stones from either end of a row. Determine if player 1 wins with optimal play. dp(i)j equals max score difference the current player can achieve from piles, ij. Time, o, n superscript 2, space, o, n superscript 2.
What is the count of range sum problem, merge sort? Write the implementation in Python.
Count pairs I, j, where lower less than or equal to prefix j, prefix I less than or equal to upper. Use merge sort to count valid pairs during the merge step. Time, o, n log n, space, o, n.
What is the maximum XOR of two numbers in an array? Write the O, N, bitwise solution in Python.
Build the max XOR bit by bit from MSB. For each bit, check if setting it to 1 is achievable using a prefix set and XOR property. If a to the power of b equals target, then a caret target equals b, time, o, 32n, space, o, n.
What is the number of 1 bits, Hamming weight, problem? Write multiple approaches in Python.
Count the number of set bits in an integer's binary representation. Time, o, k, where k equals number of set bits, space, o, 1.
What is the reverse bits problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Reverse all 32 bits of a given unsigned integer. Time, o, 1, 32 iterations, space, o, 1.
What is the missing number problem? Write XOR and math solutions in Python.
Find the one missing number from 0, n. Use XOR, a caret a equals 0, or Gauss sum formula. Time, o, n, space, o, 1.
What is the majority element problem, boy or more voting? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the element appearing more than n/2 times. Boy or more, maintain a candidate and count. Increment for same, decrement for different. Majority survives. Time, o, n, space, o, 1.
What is the majority element 2, elements appearing n/3 times? Write the implementation in Python.
At most 2 elements can appear more than n/3 times. Use extended boy or more with 2 candidates, then verify counts. Time, o, n, space, o, 1.
What is the design a tree with wildcard search? Write the implementation in Python.
Extend a tree to support as a wildcard matching any character. Use DFS to explore all children when dot is encountered. Add o, m, search, o, m asterisk 26, worst.
What is the bitwise and of numbers range problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the bitwise and of all numbers, left, right. The answer is the common prefix of left and right in binary, since differing lower bits will be zeroed out. Time, o, 1, at most 32 shifts, space, o, 1.
What is the largest divisible subset problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the largest subset where every pair, A, B, satisfies A% B equals 0 or B% A equals 0. Sort, then least style DP checking divisibility. Time, O, n superscript 2, space, O, n.
What is the perfect squares problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the minimum number of perfect squares that sum to n, classic BFS or DP approach. Time, O, n asterisk square root n, space, O, n.
What is the ugly number 2 problem, dp. Write the implementation in Python.
Find the nth ugly number, only prime factors 2, 3, 5. Use 3 pointers to generate the next ugly number by multiplying candidates. Time O, N, space O, N.
What is the integer to Roman/Roman to integer conversion? Write both implementations in Python.
Map values to symbols greedily for int Roman. Map symbols to values with subtraction rule for Roman int. Time O1 bounded output space O1.
What is the basic calculator problem? Expression evaluation. Write the implementation in Python.
Evaluate a string expression with plus, dash. Use a stack for parentheses, push current result and sign when entering, pop and combine when exiting. Time O, N, space O, N.
What is the basic calculator 2, with asterisk and slash? Write the implementation in Python.
Evaluate expression with plus, dash, asterisk, forward slash, no parentheses. Process asterisk and slash immediately using a stack, then sum the stack for plus and dash. Time O, N, space O, N.
What is the number of distinct substrings, suffix array plus LCP? Write the implementation in Python.
Total substrings equals n asterisk, n plus 1, slash 2. Subtract duplicate prefixes counted by the LCP array. Distinct substrings equals total, sum, LCP. Time, O, n log superscript 2n, space, O, n.
What is the smallest range covering elements from k-lists? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the smallest range, A, B, that includes at least one element from each of k-sorted lists. Use a min heap of size k tracking the current max time, O, n log k, space, O, k.
What is the furthest building you can reach problem, greedy plus heap? Write the implementation in Python.
Use ladders for the biggest climbs and bricks for the rest. Use a min heap of size equals ladders to track the biggest climbs seen so far. Time O, n log L, space, O, L.
What is the zigzag level order traversal of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Like level order but alternate direction each level, left to right, then right to left. Time O, n, space, O, n.
What is the vertical order traversal of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Group nodes by column index. Use BFS with node, row, col, and sort by column, then row, then value. Time O, n log n, space, O, n.
What is the delete node in a BST? Write the implementation in Python.
3 cases, leaf, just remove, 1 child, replace with child, 2 children, replace with inner successor then delete successor. Time O, H, space, O, H.
What is the implement strstr/kmp simplified? Write the naive and optimized solutions in Python.
Find the first occurrence of needle in haystack. Naive, O, n asterisk m. Use KMP or built-in for O, n plus m.
What is the text justification problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Pack words into lines of max width, distributing extra spaces as evenly as possible, left biased. Last line is left justified. Time O, n, space, O, n.
What is the encode and decode strings problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Encode a list of strings into a single string and decode it back. Use length prefix for hashtag word format to handle any characters including delimiters. Time O, n, space, O, n.
What is the maximum points on a line problem? Write the implementation in Python.
For each point, count other points with the same slope. Use a hash map with slope as dy/gcd, dx/gcd to avoid floating point issues. Time O n superscript 2 space O n.
What is the monotonic queue pattern? Write the implementation in Python.
A dec maintaining monotonic order, increasing or decreasing, to efficiently track min/max in a sliding window. Elements are removed from the back when they violate the order. Time O n amortized space O k.
What is the single number 2? Every element appears 3 times except 1. Write the implementation in Python.
Use bitwise state machine with 2 variables, 1s, 2s, to count bits mod 3. Time O n space O 1.
What is the single number 3? 2 unique elements. Write the implementation in Python.
XOR all numbers to get a to the power of b, find a distinguishing bit, lowest set bit, and partition numbers into 2 groups. XOR each group to recover a and b. Time O n space O 1.
What is the word search 2? Tree plus backtracking. Write the implementation in Python.
Find all words from a dictionary in a 2D board. Build a tree from words, then DFS backtrack on the board matching tree paths. Time O m times n times 4 to the power of l space O w asterisk l for tree.
What is the next permutation algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Rearrange numbers into the lexicographically next greater permutation. Find rightmost descent I, A, I, O, N, space, O, 1.
What is the kth permutation sequence, factoratic? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the kth permutation of 1 n directly using factorial number system. Repeatedly pick digit equals k1/n1 and remove it. Time O n superscript 2 space O n.
What is the minimum number of platforms problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the maximum overlapping intervals, events. Sort arrivals and departures separately, use 2 pointers to sweep through events. Time O n log n space O n.
What is the stock buy sell with at most k transactions? Write the implementation in Python.
DP with states DP T I equals max profit using at most T transactions up to day I, optimize with a running max of DP T1 J price J. Time O NK space O NK.
What is the stock buy sell with cooldown? Write the implementation in Python.
State machine DP hold have stock sold just sold rest cooldown/idle. Transitions enforce the 1-day cooldown after selling. Time O n space O 1.
What is the wildcard matching problem? Write the DP implementation in Python.
Match string S against pattern P with question mark. Any single char and asterisk any sequence including empty. 2D DP where DP I J equals S I matches P J. Time O m asterisk n space O m asterisk n.
What is the word break 2? Return all sentences. Write the implementation in Python.
Find all ways to segment a string into dictionary words. Use memoized DFS to build sentences from the end. Time O n asterisk 2 to the power of n worst space O n asterisk 2 to the power of n.
What is the interleaving string problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Check if S3 is formed by interleaving S1 and S2, maintaining order. 2D DP where DP I J equals S1 I and S2 J can form S3 I plus J. Time O m asterisk n space O n with optimization. What
is the distinct subsequences problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Count the number of distinct subsequences of S that equal T, dp, I, J, equals ways to form T, J, from S, I. Time, O, M asterisk N, space, O, N.
What is the burst balloons problem, interval dp? Write the implementation in Python.
Find max coins from bursting all balloons. Interval dp, L, R, equals max coins from bursting balloons in L, R. Choose the last balloon to burst in each interval. Time, O, N superscript 3, space, O, N superscript 2.
What is the super egg drop problem? Write the optimized dp implementation in Python.
Find the minimum number of moves to determine the critical floor with k eggs and n floors. dp on moves, dp m, k, equals max floors checkable with m moves and k eggs. Time, O, k asterisk log n, space, O, n k.
What is the frog jump problem, dp? Write the implementation in Python.
A frog crosses a river by jumping on stones. If last jump was k, next can be k1, k, or k plus 1. Use a set-based dp tracking possible jump sizes at each stone. Time, O, N superscript 2, space, O, N superscript 2.
What is the minimum cost to merge stones, interval dp? Write the implementation in Python.
Merge n piles into one, merging exactly k consecutive piles at a time. Cost equals sum of merged piles. Only possible if n1% k1 equals 0. Time, O, N superscript 3 / k, space, O, N superscript 2.
What is the longest string chain problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the longest chain where each word is a predecessor, differs by removing one char of the next. Sort by length, then dp with hash map. Time, O, N asterisk L superscript 2, space, O, N.
What is the minimum falling path sum, dp? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the path from top to bottom row of a matrix with minimum sum, moving to adjacent columns, J1, J plus 1, each row. Time, O, N superscript 2, space, O, N.
What is the minimum swaps to sort an array? Write the implementation in Python.
Find minimum swaps to sort. Build a graph of cycles, each element points to its correct position. Each cycle of length k needs k1 swaps. Time, O, N log n, space, O, N.
What is the minimum window substring with order, minimum window subsequence? Write the dp implementation in Python.
Find the minimum window in S that contains T as a subsequence, order matters. dp j equals starting index in S where T, j, is a subsequence ending at current position. Time, O, M asterisk N, space, O, N.
What is the longest arithmetic subsequence? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the length of the longest subsequence with a constant difference. Use dp with hash maps, dp, I, d, equals length of arithmetic subsec ending at I with difference d, time, O, N superscript 2, space, O, N superscript 2.
What is the maximum length of pair chain problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Select the longest chain of pairs, A, B, where for consecutive pairs, C, D, B. Classic interval scheduling, sort by end, greedily pick non-overlapping. Time, O, N log n, space, O, 1.
What is the orderly queue problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Given a string and integer k. In each move, pick one of the first k characters and append it to the end. If k equals 2, any permutation is reachable, return sorted string. If k equals 1, try all rotations. Time, O, N superscript 2, for k equals 1, O, N log n, for k greater than or equal to 2, space, O, n.
What is the gray code generation algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Generate n-bit gray code sequence where consecutive numbers differ by exactly 1 bit. Use the formula gray I equals I caret I1 time O 2 to the power of n space O 2 to the power of n.
What is the count of smaller numbers after self-merge sort? Write the implementation in Python.
For each element, count elements to its right that are smaller. Use merge sort and count inversions during the merge step. Time O n log n space O n.
What is the topological sort using Kahn's algorithm, BFS? Write the implementation in Python.
Process nodes with indegree 0 first using a queue. For each processed node, reduce indegree of neighbors. If all nodes processed, no cycle exists. Time O v plus e space O v plus e.
What is the 0 firsts BFS, shortest path on 0 to 1 weighted graph? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a deque instead of a priority queue. Push 0 weight edges to front, 1 weight edges to back. Achieves O v plus e instead of O e log v. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is the minimum spanning tree check using DFS? Verify if a tree. Write the implementation in Python.
A graph with n nodes is a spanning tree if it has exactly n1 edges, is connected, and has no cycles. Verify with DFS. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is the multi-source BFS pattern? Write the implementation in Python.
Start BFS from all sources simultaneously by pushing them all into the queue initially. Computes shortest distance from any source to all cells. Time O v plus e space O v.
What is the bidirectional BFS optimization? Write the implementation in Python.
Run BFS from both start and end simultaneously. Expand the smaller frontier each step. Meet in the middle reduces search space from O b to the power of d to O b caret d slash 2. Time O b caret d slash 2 space O b caret d slash 2.
What is the cycle detection in undirected graph using union find? Write the implementation in Python.
For each edge, u v if find u equals find v, adding this edge creates a cycle. Otherwise, union them. Time O e asterisk alpha v is almost equal to O e space O v.
What is the shortest path in a grid with obstacles elimination? Write the BFS implementation in Python.
BFS on state, row, call, remaining _ eliminations. Track visited with the elimination count to prune redundant states. Time O m asterisk n asterisk k space O m asterisk n asterisk k.
What is the cheapest flights within K stops, Bellman-Ford variant? Write the implementation in Python.
Find cheapest price from SRC to DST with at most K stops. Run Bellman-Ford for exactly K plus 1 relaxation rounds, copying prices each round to avoid cascading updates. Time O K asterisk E space O V.
What is the network delay time, Dijkstra application? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the time for a signal to reach all nodes from a source. Run Dijkstra and return the maximum shortest distance. If any node unreachable, return -1. Time O e log v space O v plus e.
What is the redundant connection problem? Find the cycle edge. Write the implementation in Python.
In an undirected graph that is a tree plus 1 extra edge, find the edge that creates a cycle. Use union find. The first edge where both endpoints share a root is redundant. Time O n asterisk alpha n space O n.
What is the accounts merge problem, union find on strings? Write the implementation in Python.
Merge accounts that share any email. Use union find on email account index, then group merged emails by root. Time, O, N asterisk K asterisk alpha, NK, space, O, NK.
What is the number of connected components, union find? Write the implementation in Python.
Count connected components in an undirected graph. Start with n components, each union reduces count by 1. Time, O, E asterisk alpha, V, space, O, V.
What is the all O1 data structure, inc dec max min in O1? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a doubly linked list of buckets, each bucket equals a count plus set of keys, plus a hash map key bucket. Inc/dec move keys between adjacent buckets. All ops O1.
What is the implement queue using two stacks? Write the amortized O1 implementation in Python.
Use an input stack and output stack. Push to input. For pop/peek, transfer all from input to output only when output is empty. Each element moves at most twice amortized O1.
What is the implement stack using two queues? Write the implementation in Python.
Push, add to queue, then rotate all previous elements behind it. This makes the newest element always at the front. Pop/top are O1. Push O(n) pop O1.
What is the circular queue, ring buffer, implementation? Write the implementation in Python.
Fixed size queue using an array with head and tail pointers wrapping around via modulo. Supports O1 in queue, dequeue, front, rear.
What is the design hash map from scratch? Write the implementation in Python.
Use an array of buckets with chaining, linked list or list. Hash function maps key bucket index. Handle collisions via chaining. Average O1, worst O(n/k).
What is the design a min heap from scratch? Write the implementation in Python.
Array-based binary heap. Parent of I is I1, //2, children are 2i plus 1 and 2i plus 2. Sift up on insert, sift down on extract min insert, O, log n, extract min, O, log n, peak, O1.
What is the median maintenance, running median, with two heaps? Write the implementation in Python.
Maintain a max heap for the lower half and a min heap for the upper half. Balance sizes so they differ by at most 1. Median is from the larger heap or average of both tops. Insert, O, log n, find median, O1.
What is the iterator pattern for flattened nested list? Write the implementation in Python.
Lazily flatten a nested structure using a stack. On hasNext, keep unpacking lists until a plain integer is on top. hasNext/next, O1, amortized, space, O(d), depth.
What is the random shuffle, Fisher-Yates/Nuth shuffle? Write the implementation in Python.
Iterate from the end, swap each element with a random element from index 0 to I, inclusive. Produces a uniformly random permutation. Time, O(n), space, O1.
What is the weighted random selection, alias method? Write the simple prefix sum approach in Python.
Select an index with probability proportional to its weight. Build prefix sums and binary search a random value in 0, total. Build O(n), pick O, log n.
What is the POW, x, n, fast exponentiation? Write the implementation in Python.
Compute x to the power of n in O, log n, using exponentiation by squaring. If n is even x to the power of n equals x superscript 2, caret, n/2. If odd x to the power of n equals x asterisk x caret, n1. Time O log n space O1 iterative.
What is the GCD/LCM using Euclidean algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
GCD, repeatedly replace A, B with B, A%B, until B equals 0. LCM equals A asterisk B slash GCD, A, B. Extended GCD finds coefficients x, y such that x plus by equals GCD, A, B. Time O log min A, B.
What is the modular exponentiation and modular inverse? Write the implementation in Python.
Compute base exp % mod efficiently. Modular inverse of a mod m exists if GCD a m equals 1, a caret minus 1 is identical to a caret m2 mod m, Fermat's little theorem for prime m. Time O log exp.
What is the Catalan number computation? Write the implementation in Python.
The nth Catalan number counts, valid parentheses, BSTs with n nodes, triangulations, etc. C n equals C 2n n / n plus 1, or dp C n equals sigma C I asterisk C n 1 Time O n formula or O n superscript 2 dp.
What is the inclusion-exclusion principle? Count elements in union. Write the implementation in Python.
Count elements in the union of sets, add single sets, subtract pairwise intersections, add triple intersections, etc. Used for counting multiples, derangements, etc. Time O 2 to the power of n, 4n sets.
303. What is bucket sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Bucket sort distributes elements into buckets, sorts each bucket individually, then concatenates. Best for uniformly distributed data. Time O n plus k, average O n superscript 2, worst space O n plus k.
304. What is shell sort and what is its time complexity? Write the implementation in Python.
Shell sort is a generalization of insertion sort that allows swapping far apart elements using a decreasing gap sequence. Time O n log superscript 2n to O n superscript 2, depending on gap sequence, space O 1.
305. How do you merge two sorted linked lists? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a dummy head and compare nodes from both lists, appending the smaller one each time. Time O n plus m space O 1.
306. How do you check if a linked list is a palindrome? Write the O1 space solution in Python.
Find the middle with slow/fast pointers, reverse the second half, then compare both halves. Time O n space O 1.
307. How do you rotate a linked list by k places? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the length, connect tail to head forming a ring, then break at position length k% length. Time O n space O 1.
308. What is the find the duplicate number problem, Floyd's on array? Write the implementation in Python.
Treat the array as a linked list where ARR I points to ARR I. Use Floyd's cycle detection to find the duplicate entry. Time O n space O 1.
309. What is the maximum sum circular subarray problem? Write the implementation in Python.
The max circular subarray is either a normal subarray, cadence, or wraps around, total _ sum min _ subarray. Return the max of both. Time O n space O 1.
310. What is the difference array technique for range updates? Write the implementation in Python.
To add a value to a range L, R, increment diff L and decrement diff R plus 1. Prefix sum of the diff array gives the final array. Update O 1 per range build O n.
311. What is the matrix chain multiplication problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the optimal way to parenthesize matrix multiplications to minimize total scalar multiplications. Classic interval DP. Time, O, n superscript 3, space, O, n superscript 2.
312. What is the rod cutting problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Given a rod of length n and a price table, find the maximum revenue by cutting the rod into pieces. Time, O, n superscript 2, space, O, n.
313. What is the painter's partition/book allocation problem, binary search on answer? Write the implementation in Python.
Minimize the maximum pages assigned to any student when distributing books among K students. Binary search on the answer and greedily check feasibility. Time, O, n log s, where s equals sum of pages.
314. What is the activity selection problem, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Select the maximum number of non-overlapping activities. Sort by finish time and greedily pick the earliest finishing activity. Time, O, n log n, space, O, 1.
315. What is the fractional knapsack problem, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Unlike 0/1 knapsack, you can take fractions of items. Sort by value/weight ratio and greedily pick. Time, O, n log n, space, O, 1.
316. What is Huffman coding, greedy? Write the implementation in Python.
Build an optimal prefix-free binary code by repeatedly merging the two lowest frequency nodes into a tree. Time, O, n log n, space, O, n.
317. What is bitmask DP, traveling salesman problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a bitmask to represent visited nodes. DP mask I equals min cost to visit nodes and mask ending at I time, O, 2 to the power of nn superscript 2, space, O, 2 to the power of nn.
318. What is digit DP, count numbers with a digit property? Write the implementation in Python.
Count numbers from 0 to n satisfying a digit constraint using DP over digit positions. Track tight bound, position, and state. Time, O, d times s times 10, where d equals digits, s equals states.
319. What is tree DP, maximum independence set on a tree? Write the implementation in Python.
For each node, compute two values, best answer including this node and excluding it. Recurse on children. Time, O, n, space, O, n.
320. What is the Chinese remainder theorem? Write the implementation in Python.
Given a system X is identical to R_I, mod M underscore I, with pairwise Capri moduli, find the unique solution modulo M equals pi M underscore I. Time, O, n log M.
321. What is the Josephus problem? Write the implementation in Python.
N people in a circle, every kth person is eliminated. Find the position of the survivor. Recursive formula J, n, k equals J, n1 k plus k percent n time O, n space O, 1.
322. What is the Tower of Hanoi problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Move n disks from source to target using an auxiliary peg. Move n1 disks to AUX, move largest to target, move n1 from AUX to target. Time, O, 2 to the power of n, moves, 2 to the power of n1.
323. What is the jump gain 2 problem, minimum jumps? Write the greedy solution in Python.
Track the farthest reachable position and the current window end. Increment jumps when the window end is reached. Time, O, n, space, O, 1.
324. What is polynomial rolling hash for string matching? Write the implementation in Python.
Hash a string as a polynomial. H equals sigma s, I, p caret I mod m. Use rolling updates to compute hash of next window in O1. Precompute O(n) query O1.
325. What is caret suba multiplication? Write the implementation in Python.
Multiply two n-digit numbers using 3 multiplications instead of 4 by the identity xy equals z2b superscript 2 plus z1 z2 z0 b plus z0. Time O(n) caret 1.585 versus O(n) superscript 2 for schoolbook.
326. What is the line sweep algorithm, skyline problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Process events sorted by x-coordinate. Use a max heap to track active building heights and detect skyline changes. Time O(n) log n space O(n).
327. What is the convex hull trick for DP optimization? Write the implementation in Python.
Optimizes DP recurrences of the form dp I equals min b j plus a I m j by maintaining a lower envelope of lines. Query O log n or O1 amortized with pointer.
328. What is the range update in point query using bit Fenwick tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Reverse the bit logic. Update a range by adding to 2 points, query a point by prefix sum. Dual of standard bit. Update O log n query O log n.
329. What is count set bits from 1 to n? Write the implementation in Python.
Count total set bits in all numbers from 1 to n. Use the pattern. For each bit position, count how many numbers have that bit set. Time O log n space O1.
330. What is the pancake sort algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Sort by only using prefix reversals. Flip the first k elements. Find the max, flip it to front, then flip it to its correct position. Time O(n) superscript 2 space O1.
331. What is the cycle sort algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Minimizes writes by placing each element directly at its correct position. Count elements smaller to find the target index. Time O(n) superscript 2 space O1 writes O(n).
332. What is the minimum number of coins, greedy, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Given canonical coin denominations, where greedy works, always pick the largest coin less than or equal to remaining. For arbitrary denominations, use dp coin change. Time O(n) greedy space O1.
333. What is the unbounded knapsack problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
Unlike 0/1 knapsack, each item can be used unlimited times. Use a 1D DP array where DP W equals max value with capacity W, time O(n) W, space OW.
334. What is the minimum edit distance with allowed operations, insert, delete, replace? Write the space-optimized solution in Python.
Reduce the standard O(mn) space to O(min)mn by only keeping 2 rows of the DP table at a time. Time O(mn) space O(min)mn.
335. What is the longest Pythonic subsequence problem, DP? Write the implementation in Python.
A Pythonic subsequence first increases then decreases. Compute LIS from left and LIS from right, then maximize LIS, I, plus LDS, I-1. Time O(n) superscript 2 space O(n).
336. What is the wiggle sort problem? Write the O(n) implementation in Python.
Rearrange array so that A0 less than or equal to A1, greater than or equal to A2, less than or equal to A3, greater than or equal to. Swap adjacent elements when the wiggle property is violated. Time O, N, space O, 1.
337. What is the kth element of two sorted arrays? Write the O, log, min, mn solution in Python.
Generalize median of two sorted arrays. Binary search on the smaller array to partition both arrays such that exactly k elements are on the left. Time O, log, min, mn.
338. What is the minimum cost path in a grid, DP? Write the space-optimized solution in Python.
Find the min cost path from top left to bottom right, moving only right or down. Optimize to O, N, space using a single row. Time O, mn, space O, n.
339. What is the count of palindromic substrings problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Expand around each center, single char and between chars. Each valid expansion is a palindrome. Alternatively, use managers. Time O, n superscript 2, space O, 1.
340. What is the strongly connected components count using targens, simplified? Write a clean implementation in Python.
Track disk time and low link. A node is an SCC root if its low link equals its disk time when it finishes DFS. Time O, V plus E, space O, V.
341. What is the bipartite matching, Hungarian algorithm simplified / Hopcroft-Karp? Write the augmenting path approach in Python.
Find maximum matching in a bipartite graph. For each left node, try to find an augmenting path via DFS. Time O, V E, space O, V.
342. What is the interval scheduling maximization with weights, DP plus binary search? Write the implementation in Python.
Select non-overlapping intervals to maximize total weight. Sort by n time, binary search for the last compatible job. Time O, n log n, space O, n.
343. What is the detect all cycles in an undirected graph? Write the implementation in Python.
Use DFS with parent tracking. A back edge, neighbor is not equal to parent and already visited, indicates a cycle. Track the cycle path via the recursion stack. Time O, V plus E, space O, V.
344. What is the Rabenkarp for multiple pattern search? Write the implementation in Python.
Compute rolling hashes for all patterns and store in a set. Slide a window over text and check hash membership. Time O, n k plus m, average, k equals number patterns, m equals total pattern length.
345. What is the tree-based autocomplete / prefix search? Write the implementation in Python.
Insert words into a tree, then DFS from the prefix node to collect all words sharing that prefix. Time insert O, L, search O, P plus K, where K equals results.
346. What is the monotonic deke for sliding window min / max? Write a generic implementation in Python.
Maintain a deke of indices in monotonic order. Remove out of window and dominated elements. Works for both min and max time, O, N, amortized, space, O, K.
347. What is the sparse table for ranged GCD query? Write the implementation in Python.
Pre-compute GCD for every power of 2 length interval. Since GCD is idempotent, overlap-friendly, queries are O, 1. Build O, n log n, query, O, 1.
348. What is the topological sort with cycle detection, DFS? Write the implementation in Python.
If a gray node, in current DFS path, is revisited, a cycle exists. Otherwise, append nodes in reverse post order. Time O, V plus E, space, O, V.
349. What is the Knuth-Morris-Pratt failure function, partial match table? Explain and write the failure function in Python.
The failure function f, I, gives the length of the longest proper prefix of pattern 0, I, that is also a suffix. Used to skip comparisons. Time O, M space O, M.
350. What is the cycle detection in linked list with entry point, Floyd's extended? Write the full implementation in Python.
Phase 1. Slow/fast meet inside the cycle. Phase 2. Reset slow to head, advance both by 1, they meet at the cycle entry. Time O, N space O, 1.
351. What is the linked list intersection with different lengths? Write the clean two-pointer solution in Python.
Advance 2 pointers. When one reaches the end, redirect it to the other list's head. They meet at the intersection after equalizing lengths. Time O, N plus M space O, 1.
352. What is the implement deke from scratch? Write the implementation using a doubly linked list in Python.
A deke supports O1, insert/delete at both ends. Use a doubly linked list with sentinel head and tail nodes. All operations, O1.
353. What is the ordered set/sorted list in Python? Write a usage example and a simplified implementation.
Python's sorted containers.sorted list provides O, log n, insert/delete/search. For competitive programming, you can use a bit-backed order statistic structure. Insert delete search, O, log n.
354. What is the sweep line for interval union length? Write the implementation in Python.
Sort interval start, +1, and end, -1, events. Track active count, some lengths where count 0. Time O, n log n, space O, n.
355. What is the Eulers-Toshan function, phi? Write the implementation in Python.
Phi n counts integers in 1 n that are coprime to n. For prime p, phi p equals p1. Formula n pi 1 1/p for each prime factor p of n time O square root n single O n log n sieve.
356. What is the prime factorization using smallest prime factor sieve? Write the implementation in Python.
Pre-compute the smallest prime factor, SPF, for every number via sieve. Then factorize any number by dividing by its SPF repeatedly. Sieve O, n log n, factorize, O, log n.
357. What is the maximum bipartite matching count, Koenig's theorem? Write the implementation showing Koenig's theorem in Python.
Koenig's, in a bipartite graph, max matching equals min vertex cover. Find matching, then use alternating BFS to identify the cover. Time, O, VE.
358. What is the count subarrays with given XOR? Write the implementation in Python.
Use prefix XOR and a hash map. If prefix underscore XOR, J, caret prefix underscore XOR, I equals target, then prefix underscore XOR, I equals prefix underscore XOR, J, caret target. Time O, N, space O, N.
359. What is the minimum spanning arborescence, Edmonds/Chulu? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the minimum weight-rooted spanning tree in a directed graph. Repeatedly contract cycles and adjust weights. Time, O, VE.
360. What is the maximum flow min cost, MCMF, using SPFA? Write the implementation in Python.
Augment flow along the shortest cost path, found via SPFA/Bellman-Ford. Repeat until no augmenting path exists. Time, O, VEF, where F equals max flow.
361. What is the counting sort for negative numbers? Write the implementation in Python.
Shift all values by min_val so indices are non-negative. Apply standard counting sort on shifted values, then shift back. Time O n plus k space O k.
362. What is the double-ended BFS, meet in the middle? Write the implementation in Python.
Expand from both source and target simultaneously. Switch to expanding the smaller frontier. Halves the search space exponentially. Time O b caret d slash 2 versus O b to the power of d for normal BFS.
363. What is the interval map / my calendar problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Track booked intervals using a sorted list. For each new booking, binary search to check overlap with neighbors. Book O log n space O n.
364. What is the longest substring with at most k distinct characters? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Maintain a window with a hash map of char counts. Shrink the left side when distinct chars exceed k, time O n space O k.
365. What is the smallest window containing all characters of another string? Write the implementation in Python.
Sliding window with two frequency maps. Expand right to cover all chars, then shrink left to minimize the window. Time O n plus m space O m.
366. What is the subsets with duplicates, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Sort the array first. When iterating, skip duplicate elements at the same recursion level to avoid duplicate subsets. Time O n2 to the power of n space O n.
367. What is the permutations with duplicates, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Sort and use a visited array. Skip an element if it equals the previous one and the previous one hasn't been used in this branch. Time O n n.
368. What is the letter combinations of a phone number, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Map each digit to its letters. Use backtracking to build all combinations by picking one letter per digit. Time O 4 to the power of n space O n.
369. What is the restore IP addresses problem, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Place 3 dots to split a string into 4 valid octets, 0 to 255, no leading zeros. Use backtracking with pruning on remaining length. Time O 1 bounded space O 1.
370. What is the generate parentheses problem, backtracking? Write the implementation in Python.
Track open and close counts. Add open if count n. Add close if close underscore count open underscore count. Time O 4 to the power of n slash square root n, Catalan number.
371. What is the spiral order matrix traversal? Write the implementation in Python.
Maintain 4 boundaries, top, bottom, left, right. Traverse right down left up, shrinking boundaries after each pass. Time O mn space O 1 excluding output.
372. What is the generate spiral matrix, fill n times n with 1 en superscript 2? Write the implementation in Python.
Same boundary approach but fill values 1 n superscript 2 instead of reading. Increment a counter at each cell. Time O n superscript 2 space O n superscript 2.
373. What is the search and rotated sorted array problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Modified binary search, one half is always sorted. Check if target lies in the sorted half, otherwise search the other half. Time O log n space O 1.
374. What is the find minimum in rotated sorted array? Write the implementation in Python.
Binary search, if mid right, minimum is in the right half, otherwise it's in the left half, including mid. Time O log n space O 1.
375. what is the peak element problem? Binary search. Write the implementation in Python.
If mid plus 1, a peak must exist on the right, otherwise on the left, or mid itself. Works because boundaries are dash infinity. Time O log n space O 1.
376. What is the search a 2D matrix? Binary search. Write the implementation in Python.
Treat the m times n matrix as a sorted 1D array. Map index to row/call, row equals idx //n, call equals idx%n, time O log mn space O 1.
377. What is the cocoa eating bananas problem? Binary search on answer. Write the implementation in Python.
Binary search on eating speed k. For each k, check if Coco can finish all piles in h hours. Minimum k where she can finish. Time O n log m where m equals max pile.
378. What is the split array largest sum? Binary search on answer. Write the implementation in Python.
Binary search on the maximum subarray sum. Greedily check if we can split into less than or equal to k subarrays each with sum less than or equal to mid time O n log s, where s equals sum of array.
379. What is the largest number formed from an array? Write the implementation in Python.
Sort numbers by a custom comparator, a plus b versus b plus a as strings. Concatenate in that order for the largest possible number. Time O n log nk, where k equals average digit length.
380. What is the majority element in a stream, Mishra grease? Write the implementation in Python.
Generalization of Boyer-Moore. Find elements appearing more than n/k times. Maintain k1 candidates with counts. Time O nk space O k.
381. What is the happy number problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Repeatedly sum the squares of digits. Use Floyd's cycle detection. If it reaches 1, it's happy. If it cycles, it's not. Time O log n space O 1.
382. What is the count primes less than n, sieve optimized? Write the implementation with optimizations in Python.
Standard sieve of Eratosthenes with bit-level optimizations. Skip evens, start marking from p superscript 2, only check up to square root n, time O n log n, space O n.
383. What is the LRU cache with TTL, time to live? Write the implementation in Python.
Extend standard LRU with an expiry timestamp. On get/put, check if the entry is expired and evict if so. Get/put O 1.
384. What is the consistent hashing algorithm? Write the implementation in Python.
Map both servers and keys to a ring, 0 to 2 to the power of 32. A key is assigned to the next server clockwise. Adding/removing a server only remaps 1/n keys. Lookup O log n add remove O k log n.
385. What is the tree-based IP routing, longest prefix match? Write the implementation in Python.
Store IP prefixes in a binary tree. For each lookup, walk the tree bit by bit and return the deepest matching prefix. Insert/lookup O W, where W equals 32 for IPv4.
386. What is the reservoir sampling for k items? Write the implementation in Python.
Generalization of reservoir sampling. Keep k items. For the ith element, I greater than or equal to k, replace a random item with probability k/I time O n space O k.
387. What is the count distinct elements in a sliding window? Write the implementation in Python.
Maintain a hash map of frequencies. Add the right element, remove the left. Track count of keys with frequency 0. Time O n space O k.
388. What is the nth Fibonacci using matrix exponentiation? Write the implementation in Python.
Compute 1 comma 10 caret n to get f n in O log n. Generalizes to any linear recurrence. Time O log n space O 1.
389. What is the number of ways to decode a message? Follow up with wildcards. Write the implementation in Python.
Extend decode ways. Asterisk can be 1 to 9. Track DP for single-digit and two-digit decodings, multiplying by the wildcard options. Time O n space O 1.
390. What is the minimum deletions to make string balanced, only at NB? Write the implementation in Python.
Track count of B seen so far. At each A, either delete it or delete all previous Bs. Take the minimum of both choices. Time O n space O 1.
391. What is the detect squares problem? Count axis aligned squares. Write the implementation in Python.
Store points in a counter by coordinate. For each pair of points forming a diagonal, check if the other two corners exist. Add O1 count O n.
392. What is the designer rate limiter, sliding window log? Write the implementation in Python.
Store timestamps of requests in a sorted structure. For each new request, remove expired timestamps and check if count limit. Time O log n per request.
393. What is the alien dictionary problem? Topological sort on characters. Write a clean BFS implementation in Python.
Compare adjacent words to derive character ordering edges. Topological sort the resulting DAG. If a cycle exists, the order is invalid. Time O C total chars space O U plus E unique chars plus edges.
394. What is the clone graph, DFS, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a hash map from original clone. DFS into each neighbor. If already cloned, return the cached copy. Time O V plus E space O V.
395. What is the word ladder, BFS shortest transformation? Write the optimized implementation in Python.
BFS where each state is a word. Generate neighbors by changing one letter at a time. Use a set for O1, lookup of valid words. Time O M superscript 2n, M equals word len, N equals word list size.
396. What is the flat num multilevel doubly linked list problem? Write the implementation in Python.
When a node has a child, recursively flatten the child list and insert it between the current node and its next. Time O n space O d depth.
397. What is the evaluate division, graph BFS/DFS, problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Model equations as a weighted directed graph. A slash b equals v means edge AB with weight v and BA with weight 1 slash v, BFS slash DFS to find paths. Time O Q V plus E per query.
398. What is the longest substring with same letters after K replacements? Write the sliding window solution in Python.
Track the most frequent character in the window. If window underscore size max underscore frequency K, shrink the left side. Time O n space O 26.
399. What is the maximum number of events attended, greedy plus heap? Write the implementation in Python.
Sort events by start day. Each day, push all available events onto a min heap by end day. Attend the one ending soonest. Time O n log n space O n.
400. What is the valid Sudoku check? Write the implementation in Python.
Check that each row, column, and 3x3 box has no duplicate digits. Use sets to track scene values. Time O 81 O 1 space O 81.
401. What is the trap rainwater using a stack? Write the stack-based solution in Python.
Use a monotonic decreasing stack. When a taller bar is found, pop and compute the water trapped between the current bar and the new stack top. Time O N space O N.
402. What is the smallest k elements using a max heap? Write the implementation in Python.
Maintain a max heap of size k. For each element, if it's smaller than the heap top, replace it. The heap holds the k smallest. Time O N log k space O k.
403. What is the merge sort for counting inversions? Write the clean implementation in Python.
During merge, when a right element is placed before remaining left elements, count those as inversions. INV plus equals len left I time O N log n space O N.
404. What is the all O1 data structure in dec max min? Write the implementation in Python.
Use a doubly linked list of count buckets and a hash map from key bucket. Inc/dec move keys between adjacent buckets. All ops O1.
405. What is the maximum width of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Use BFS with index tracking. For each node at index I, children are at 2i and 2i plus 1. Width equals rightmost, leftmost plus 1. Time O N space O N.
406. What is the boundary traversal of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
Collect the left boundary, top down, non-leaf, leaves, left to right, and right boundary, bottom up, non-leaf. Time O N space O N.
407. What is the right side view of a binary tree? Write the implementation in Python.
BFS level by level, keeping only the last node of each level. Alternatively, DFS visiting right child first. Time O N space O N.
408. What is the reorder list problem, L0 ln L1 ln1? Write the implementation in Python.
3 steps, find the middle, reverse second half, merge alternately. All in O1 space. Time O N space O1.
409. What is the LRU cache using ordered dict? Write the clean implementation in Python.
Python's ordered dict maintains insertion order and supports move _ to _end. Pop from front for LRU eviction. Get/put O1.
410. What is the shortest distance from all buildings, multisource BFS? Write the implementation in Python.
BFS from each building to compute distance sums. A cell is valid only if reachable by all buildings. Return the minimum sum. Time O BMN B equals buildings.
411. What is the time-based key value store? Write the implementation in Python.
Store, timestamp, value, pairs per key. Use binary search to find the value at the largest timestamp less than or equal to query timestamp. Set O1 get O log n.
412. What is the substring concatenation of all words, sliding window? Write the implementation in Python.
All words have the same length. Slide a window of total _words times word _length. Use a frequency map to match all words. Time O N W N equals text length, W equals word length.
413. What is the count complete tree nodes problem? Write the O log superscript 2n solution in Python.
Compare left and right subtree heights. If equal, left subtree is perfect, 2 to the power of h1 nodes. Recurse on the other side. Time O log superscript 2n space O log n.
414. What is the find k closest elements problem? Write the binary search solution in Python.
Binary search for the left boundary of the k-length window. Compare distances at the boundary to decide which side to shift. Time O log nk plus k space O 1.
For 15, what is the shortest palindrome, KMP trick? Write the implementation in Python.
Find the longest palindromic prefix by building s plus hashtag plus reverses and computing the KMP failure function. Prepend the missing suffix reversed. Time O n space O n.
For 16, what is the minimum operations to make array equal? Write the implementation in Python.
Array is 1 3 5 2 n 1. Target is the median n. Sum of NARR, I, for all I less than n/2. Formula, n superscript 2/4. Time O 1.
For 17, what is the number of provinces, connected components? Write union find in DFS solutions in Python.
Count connected components in an adjacency matrix. Either DFS/BFS from each unvisited node, or use union find and count distinct roots. Time O n superscript 2.
For 18, what is the minimum insertions to make a string palindrome? Write the implementation in Python.
Equal to len's longest palindromic subsequences. LPS is the LCS of S and reverses. Time O n superscript 2 space O n.
For 19, what is the range sum query 2D immutable 2D prefix sum? Write the implementation in Python.
Precompute prefix I, j equals sum of matrix 0, I1, 0 ej1. Query any subrectangle using inclusion-exclusion. Build O, mn, query O1.
For 20, what is the sort characters by frequency problem? Write the implementation in Python.
Count frequencies, then sort by frequency descending. Can use bucket sort for O, n, time. Time O, n, with bucket sort.
For 21, what is the design a stack with increment operation? Write the lazy propagation solution in Python.
Store increments lazily in an auxiliary array. On pop, propagate the increment to the element below. Avoids O, k, per increment. All ops O, 1.
For 22, what is the find all numbers disappeared in an array? Write the O1 space solution in Python.
For each value, mark the corresponding index as negative. Positive indices at the end indicate missing numbers. Time O n space O 1.